Deceit 2 updated their game so it's super easy to win as innocent, but most players, good and bad, aren't using this strategy. So just by following these steps, you can be better than the best Deceit 2 players, like myself. What you want to do when you first load into a game is to ask everyone their roles. This might be the hardest part of the strategy, but if you are able to get everybody's role, then there are mainly two outcomes. Either 2 players claim human, meaning the infected lied, saying they are a special innocent role, or 3 to 4 players claim human, meaning one or both of the infected claim human. If 2 players claim human, all you have to do is get the special innocent roles to prove they're innocent. The seer is the easiest to clear since they can use their ability in the in-between. If you see a white flash coming from the player, then they are cleared. The mimic can help speed up this process by telling you what special roles are in the game. For the guardian, you can talk to them in private so they can protect you. Using a walkie-talkie to talk to them might be your best option. If you get grabbed and saved, then you are for sure clear. If not, you should hope your teammates have ears when you scream whoever it is infected. For warding, you can have them watermark a suspicious player, and by the suspicious player's reaction, you can tell if they got watermarked, or you can have them watermark a player who you think is infected. The Inquisitor can describe an unhit altar from across the map with their ability. The medium is the second least trustworthy innocent role since there is no foolproof way of clearing them, besides seeing if they lie about players' roles. So if you have only 2 players claiming human, then assume the medium as infected. The Purifier is the most untrustworthy role since you can only clear them through the mimic. But there's an even better way of clearing players' roles. You can ask players what their role description says. Ask the player you want to confirm their role to press Q on computer or right stick on console and have them read what the role description says in the top left. You can remember the first lines for each role or have the role description written down to your side. But if you have 3 to 4 players claiming to be human, you'll have to do something different. Yes, you can ask the humans for their role description, but they don't have one, so all you are doing by asking this is seeing if they will lie and make up one. Just in case, you should know how to find the infected from 4 players. Once you have gotten the 4 players claiming human, try to follow one of them on the first night to clear them. I know with the new update it's hard to see in the in-between, but you can always use a player tracker or walkie-talkie. If you hear or see 2 infected monsters while looking at the shadow of a player, or you use the other 2 ways I mentioned earlier, then the person you are following is of course human. When you get back to the daytime, use the scanner, whether it's the Oracle, Inspection, or VATS. You should clear another human, meaning you caught both infected, or you caught one infected, which means you only have to check between a human and an infected both claiming to be human. The best thing to do if this happens is to follow one of the players at night. If no one transforms, switch and follow the other player to see if the player you were following before would transform. If nothing happens, you can task rush and get the escape key with your pretty much full lobby. Make sure everybody gets light items so you have a flawless escape. If you're a human, you can speed up this process of catching the infected by going on the intercom when 2 infected have transformed and saying something on the lines of, "This is Alex speaking. There's a monkey and experiment transformed right now. I'm clearing myself Alex as human." But there is a problem that I see in almost every game where the players can't down the infected to vote them out. There's a simple solution to this, and that's to stop chasing the infected and do tasks. You should try to get a pistol and heat goggles before hunting infected, since it's way easier to down the infected player than trying to blindly find them and down them. But there are more problems that might occur, like players not listening. If this happens, you should try listening to what they are saying and answer the questions. If a player does not want to talk at all, assume they are infected, and if they just don't have a mic, ask questions that they can answer without talking, like crouch if your role is human, or crouch if you are the Inquisitor, and continue this process till you can clear them. You can also have players who say, "I'm not going to say my role." The best thing to do when you find these players is to assume they are infected and just ignore them. If there's a troll player shooting and fighting randomly, vote them out right away. It's way better to be down 1 player than have a full lobby where you can't do anything. But if the whole lobby is trolling, like mic spamming, downing randomly, and not doing tasks, this strategy won't work, and you'll have to task rush to get the escape key. But there's another exception. What about the cursed? We talked about how the mimic can be very useful in figuring out the roles of the non-human innocents, but what if there is a mimic who wants to team with Infected or a Phantom or even a Soulbound. If you have one of those, then you'll just do the same thing as before, but presume the Cursed as innocent after you clear them until both Infected are gone. And then you'll have to worry about Chemist and Soulbound by figuring out the remaining roles left that you can't 100% clear. This strategy is very OP if you have a decent lobby. So are you expected just to lose this strategy as Infected? Not fully. The best way to counter this strategy is by altar rushing. You want to hit altars right at the start with your partner and keep hitting them throughout the game. You will also want to stop players from getting their second item by destroying the generator and hitting altars before they can get the item. If you successfully hold off the Infected, you will be able to kill 2 to 3 players before they can get their first item. It should be a 2v5 at this time, and if you and your partner saved your abilities and you got these good items, you might not even have to worry about them. The order of good items to get when altar rushing from best to worst goes the mask, teleport pad, pistol, invis, and then handcuffs. With this strategy, you can speedrun through altars and win the game. There's another more risky strategy you can try, which is to play with the trolls or short-tempered players and try to get them to throw, but that is very unlikely to happen if they are doing this strategy. Just to let you guys know, I will be doing a 60 to C2 tip video soon, so subscribe to watch that when it comes out.